Hello, good day, grace and peace. This is Brother Isaiah Wright from Tuesday Seventh-day Adventist from Trinidad and Tobago. First of all, we will start off with a word of prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for the opportunity of life, health, and strength. Continue being with each one of us and guiding and protecting each one of us. Let this be my prayer in the name of Jesus Christ, most holy name. Amen and amen. Well, we are just continuing with atheism and materialism part 3. Right, we are just touching it from Psalm chapter 2 verses 1 to 3. Okay, so we are starting. Why do the heathens or the nations rage and conspire, and the people, nations imagine a vain thing, and the king of the earth set station themselves, and the ruler take counsels together against Yahweh and against his anointed, saying, let us break or tear their bands asunder and cast away their cords or ropes from us. Okay, so what does this verse mean? It shows the nations of the world are in conspiracy. Conspiracy means various parties of men agree, set plans to achieve a goal. This is in secret from the masses of people. So let us see this in Acts 14. Acts 14 shows who it is that these atheistical Jews are targeting, because this is just talking about the atheistical, Talmudic, Jewish, international, global elite, atheistical Jewish bankers who are pushing for a third temple, so it is Israel as a nation can rule over the world as the head and not the tail, because they're pushing for Jewish global supremacy. That's like how the Catholic Church is pushing for Catholic global supremacy. That's like how the Nation of Islam is pushing for an international caliphate. Same thing. Is a common trend. So the Jews are pushing for this, right? So we are just reading Acts chapter 14 verses 19. But their intent is to destroy liberty of conscience, right? Religious, to destroy consciousness of rights and freedoms, and to destroy the consciousness of Jesus Christ and God, and the Ten Commandments. Plain and simple. So Acts chapter 14 verses 19. You'll see it in this verse. And there came thither certain Jews from Antioch and Iconium, and persuaded the people, right? So they use socialism, right, which is lies, deceptions, conspiracy, subterfuge, trickery, to rile up the people to go and kill Paul by stoning him. And they did get through, right? But the actions now is really communism now. Violent, raw, naked, sheer violence. And having stoned Paul, drew him out of the city, supposing he had been dead. If you read in Acts chapter 4 and Acts chapter 5, you see the same spirit of the Jews, the same socialistic, communistic spirit of the Jews. And you see it in Bolshevikism, you see it in World War One, World War Two, and all the different world revolutions that you see happening around the world from the 1700s, like the American Revolution, the American Civil War, the revolution that is taking place now around the world in different countries, and etc. Okay, and then after there's non-violent revolution, which is cultural Marxism, and the Tavistock Institute, where it is that they're taking out Christian moral values by implementing pansexualism, drugs, and etc. as a new culture. So it is that you have a perverted idea of everything. You can't watch anything with a straight mind, a straight sober mind. But everything you're watching are perverted when you're laughing at it. Now that is wickedness. That is the thinking and rational of Ham, who is a apostate after the first apostate after the flood. Right? So we are continuing by the grace of God. Okay? And the nations and kings of the earth in conspiracy means that there is a global conspiracy with the leaders of the nations of the world setting or stationing themselves together. Means it is a global cooperative stand. This is an ideological position, because ideology means a developed and defined position. Set take councils mean the developing institution of global policies to deal with the necessary relative issues against Yahweh, his anointed, reveals a conspiracy of global scope against Yahweh and Christ. So we see here, at the end of the day, they're just trying to destroy Christianity on a whole, so it is society don't have any moral principles or any idea that they have rights and freedoms and liberty of conscience, or they even have a conscience or a consciousness. So they want to create the rive, recalcitrant, ungodly, atheistical, degenerate atheists who they call useful idiots, like Bill Clinton, George Bush, Obama, Trotsky, Stalin, and on, Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King. So it's useful idiots that are using to destroy people and putting them in power in government to kill more people. So you have a whole set of different communistic type of government due to the same practices seen in Acts chapter 14 verses 9. Same way how they communize the government is the same way how they attack the Christians. So let us read it one more time. Acts chapter 14 verses 19. And there came thither certain Jews from Antioch and Iconium who persuaded the people, so socialism, deception, conspiracy, subterfuge, a lying, deceitful tongue, and having stoned Paul, drew him out of the city, and he has been dead. So they suppose that he had been dead. So you see it again, this is how it is that they communize different countries. Same tactic as seen in Acts, and then after in Acts chapter 5 and 5, 4, Acts chapter 6. You see the same pattern continuously. It's a bit all over the book of Acts. Okay, so this is about it by the grace of God. What is that actually does show is that they want to have global kingship. So this is how atheists think. An atheistical Jew think. When the king of Israel sits upon his sacred head, the crown offered him by Europe, he will become the patriarch of the world. So the real aim is of these materialistic, Kabbalistic, Rothschild Jews and the nation of Israel and a whole. This is their real intent, set about the temple and rule. This is what it is, the protocols of the elders of Zion. Shows page 200. And if you get those books, the protocol of elders of Zion, the Communist Manifesto, and what Mia Amskel Rothschild had in his mind as a layout as to how it is he want to take over the world, you'll see is ready to set up a new world order, one world state where Israel rule everything. But how that make everybody degenerates, atheistical, recalcitrant, ungodly regenerates or derived atheists, just like themselves, to utilize them conveniently as useful idiots or goys. Right, so we are touching two more points, right? Atheists, right? First of all, they will always turn on each other. Why? Let us just read two scriptures, right? Psalm chapter 53. They will always turn on each other and kill one another, like how you see in the Bolshevikism with Stalin killing out Antonio Gramsci, Lenin, Trotsky, etc. And then after Trotsky, then after Lenin fighting with the Menshevik and together with his group, the Bolshevik, and who set up back and forth. And all of them is atheistical Jews. And all of them claim to be one in this conspiracy. that the Rothschilds hash from since the 1700s. They were always turn on each other is greedy, selfish, covetous, materialistic kind of godless thinkers. So then in Psalm chapter 53, it would be right. A fool had said, verses 1, Psalm chapter 53 verses 1, a fool had said in his heart, there is no God, corrupt are they, and have done abominable iniquity, there is none that do it good. They will always be corrupt because they do have God, who is good, and they wouldn't have liberation, because if the Son therefore shall make you free, you shall be free indeed. And they do plenty of abominable, iniquitous work, and there's none that do it good. So, how it is that they can work together? Please tell me how that is a possibility. They will all go into destruction. Watch Zechariah chapter 14. Zechariah 14 verses 13. Okay? And it came to pass in that day that a great turmoil from the Lord shall be among them, and they shall lay hold everyone on the hand of his neighbor, and his hand shall rise up. So you see it have a uprising amongst the atheists against the hand of his neighbor. So everybody start to kill one another because everybody want to rule. Watch out, a prophet a man to gain the whole world and lose his own soul, and this shall take place the last 15 years during the year of the plague, which is seen in Revelation chapter 16. Let us just touch that let us just touch that little quick point there quickly. Revelation chapter 16. And I heard verses 1. And I heard a great voice out of the temple saying, the 7 angels, go ye and pour out the veil of the wrath of God upon the earth. So at the time of the 7 last plagues, right, the wrath of God will be poured out. That is the day of the Lord, the day of recompenses, right, due to the controversy, right, with Zion, because the nations of the earth turn upon God's church and try to ban the religion, and God will deal with them for trying to ban religion and persecuting and killing all the saints. Okay, so basically that would be about it by the grace of God. What is that I can say? Freedoms, freedom of thought, freedom of belief, freedom of conscience, freedom of choice, freedom of opinion, freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom of movement, right? Freedoms, right? Created abilities of mental and dynamic functions, meaning, right, you can have a knowledge of these 8 freedoms, and also you have the capabilities to do those 8 freedoms. But those capabilities of doing those freedoms is not your knowing. Your knowing and your capabilities is 2 different things. Right to life, right to private property, religious liberty. Right? What are rights? Rights are behavioral codes because they refer to man's behavior to his fellow men, and the right behavior has been defined by God for all. By life sustaining women rights are meant to preserve human and spiritual life. Right to religious liberty preserves spiritual life, ultimate physical life. Right to life and to private property preserve physical life. The highest and ultimate functions of right is to preserve human life, which is seen in the whole 10 commandments. This is the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God, keep his commandment, for this is the whole duty of humanity. Okay? So this is Brother Isaiah, right, saying, as Christ said, if you love God, keep his commandment. Love your neighbor as thyself. Okay? So much grace and peace, and this is the end of this. By God's grace. Grace and peace to all. Bye-bye.